Okay, y'all ready for Monday Masterclass? I do not have a slide presentation today, mainly because I want this to be as interactive as possible. I really, my heart's desire, I feel like I've been praying about this a lot lately. My heart's desire is that I am fully available to y'all in this hour, that you feel like you walk away and go, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know what my plan is. I know what I'm focusing on. Because if you are someone who gets a little overwhelmed, you feel like there's too many things happening, too many great options of things to get involved in with Plexus. Could you just like throw something in the chat? Like that's me head spinning. I think if you say yes to every group, if you get into every chat, if you are in every challenge, if you think, oh, am I missing something over here that's better than what I'm currently doing? I'm like, and I say all of these things because they literally come to mind because these are all of my thoughts. I saw that corporate did a silver and six chat today in their, did anyone else see that in there? I got out of it. I literally like accepted the chat and like I'm not kidding. I went into my chiropractic appointment. Someone told me about it. I was like, oh, I'll accept that so I can see what they're doing. And then I got out of it and I immediately left the chat. It was too much. Not because y'all, for years we prayed for corporate to do things like this. I am so grateful they are doing it. But I thought, you know what? We have some really great things going on right now. I don't need to add one more great thing to my plate. I need to only do very narrow best things. So even if, yes, Alyssa, brand new, head spinning, all the things. Yes. Here's what I want to say. When you are brand new, going from signing up as a brand ambassador to going silver for the first time, like adding your first three, I would love for you to put in the chat, what is one thing that you're like, all I needed to do was this. The only thing I needed to like, it was all these other things were great. And we're going to talk about all the good things that we have going on. But the one thing I needed to do that got me my first paycheck was blank. Because I think that would not only help Alyssa feel like she could narrow down, I feel like that would help all of us remember what the biggest priority to what you do every day actually is. What's the one thing that actually creates a paycheck for you? What's the one thing that actually takes this from being a product consumer, like an actual like drink product consumer, to an income producer in this business? Post about it and talk about it with people and talk to people about it. I mean, every day, Christy, like that is like, if you narrow it all down to exactly what it is, it's posting about it and talking about it. Christy, Metropolis, the thing that helped me first was reach out to some people I thought needed our products. Again, getting really narrow on exactly what changes your paycheck. If you were pleased with your paycheck last month, I have a feeling Ivy was very pleased with her paycheck last month. It's because she was in lots of conversations. If you were not pleased with your paycheck last month, there's a really good chance you have a mental like block or like a hurdle with some conversations that you had. Like, oh, I've already talked to her. Oh, she tried it a long time ago and didn't love it. All the mental things. I'm just want to read these out. Be brave and reach out to my friends that could benefit from the products. Does anybody else wish they were more brave in your first month? Because I can honestly say I wish I was more brave in my first month. I wish I had been more bold and like almost like blinders on. I don't care what anyone's saying. Like you could be throwing tomatoes at me and I'm like, this is where I'm going because I know what's at the end of this road. I wish I could have seen it better. I wish I could have seen it clearer what was possible. So yes to being brave, Melissa. Ivy, posting, messaging people, following up every day. How much does follow up change the name of the game? When you are in clear follow-up mode, when you know that you know that you know that you have followed up with every single person, it's like game on. I got this. I feel like if I can cross off my follow-up list, then I am a better servant leader to the people that have agreed to join me. And I am a better obstacle hurdler because I'm like, oh, I've got it down exactly what I want to say, exactly what video I want to send, exactly what response I have. And the more you follow up, the more confident you will be in follow up. I love these. This might be like my favorite conversation we've ever had. And y'all are just I'm just talking and y'all are just typing. Um, Yeah, I answered questions, spoke honestly, and shared about the amazing gift. I think when you can speak from your heart, it's so huge. Patient grew last month and want that to happen every month going forward. Christy Metropolis, that is the best feeling is when you're like, it grew again, it grew again, it grew again. Um, I wish I had shared sooner and listened and did all the things Andrea suggested. Lisa Sturgis, I'm gonna send you a little gift. You just made my day. All the things Andrea told me to do. I wish Andrea did all the things Andrea told people to do. Meaning I should have been more bold with the business, as Andrea is suggesting. Be confident, post consistently, show your face. Katie Slay loved that. Showing your face is such a game changer. Um, Confident was the word God gave me for this month. And I just think like boldness and confidence are so key. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of skim through these because I do want to get to some stuff, but I want Alyssa, I really want you to hear like what is actually changing paychecks for people. But then for everybody else, I want y'all to remember what actually changes your paycheck. So all the other noise, like if you could make a list of all the things available to you this week, I mean, it's a lot. Anybody else doing Ambition Coalition tonight? I mean, that's a lot. It's gonna be 5 hours of like actual work, breakout rooms, all things that Sarah Byers. I saw today, Sarah Byers, I think you asked somewhere, is anybody else doing it? I was like, I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm in it. I think it's going to be a lot. So if you get overwhelmed really easily, I think one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to feel really focused at the end of it, or you're going to feel like I'm not doing all the things I need to be doing, and your to-do list is going to grow. Okay. Let's do first things first. Let's map out our month. Sally may be the only person that I think does this pretty consistently, but who has a current map of what you actually need to like do today to hit your goal? So drop in the chat. Every person on here should be able to drop in the chat what your goal is for the month. And that may be a points goal, that may be a rank goal, that may be a walking pad goal, that might be a development goal if you want to help a level 1 get to blank. If you could narrow it down to one singular goal, what exactly is your goal for this month? Because my goal has not changed from last month. My goal is the exact same. Okay, Ivy needs 6 more VIPs. Angie wants to hit 500 points again. Add 100 points to my team this month. Christy, I may make you unmute in a little bit and tell me how you're gonna, like, you have it mapped out. So I want to hear how you have it mapped out to increase by 100 points. Add 3 and get the re-rank bonus. Get my, yeah, that holding rank, y'all, just whatever your rank was. Oh, we need to talk about that. I'm just gonna put that on the list. Rank rewards. Okay, helping 2 level 1s use their reset codes. Genius. Go gold. Yes, Katie Slay. It always helps to put names on the orders needed. It does. I have names literally on my wall over here where all my numbers are. And I should send y'all, actually, I'm not even gonna send y'all a video. I'm just gonna talk y'all through what I have on my wall over here in a minute. Yeah, new VIPs going silver. Okay. So the first thing is you need to know what your goal is. So my goal is 750 points. Write down your actual, like, put a point goal down or put whatever you wrote in the chat down on a sheet of paper, because you actually need to map how you're going to get there. Because if you need to add 3 people, you probably need to reach out to like have plexus conversations, not just actual conversations. I would say plexus conversations with probably 10 to 15 people. And if you need to have 10 to 15 people in plexus conversations, you probably need, what would y'all say? If you need to get 3 level 1s, how many conversations, non-plexus conversations do you need to be having? Because it's like, you need to have non-plexus conversations. So let's just say 50 people that you are in conversation with. You send them a message about, hey, I'm literally looking out my window. Hey, I saw they're cutting down your tree in the front yard. Is it infected? Yes, it has this disease. This is happening. Oh, how did you decide to use that arbor service? Oh, I found it on the mom's group, whatever. That's a conversation, y'all. That's a actual conversation. It went back and forth twice at least, right? And so 50 of those different conversations for different reasons, 50. That would actually increase, like narrow down. This is the funnel, 50 conversations, 20 people talking about that. At some point you get to talk about plexus. Like somehow our tree conversation, girl, I have no energy to get this done. You know, I've been talking about that energy drink for a while. Are you ready to try it? We have a challenge going on right now. Yeah, maybe I'll try, like that. So you go from like, I'm having a tree conversation with my across the street neighbor to now I'm having a plexus conversation. I have to have 20 of those happening because chances are that 3 of the 20 people are actually going to sign up this month. Now, out of those 20, maybe 10 of them sign up over the next 90 days because you continue all of these other conversations that are happening. Are y'all seeing that happen? Ivy's nodding her head, and I know she's nodding her head because this is exactly what she did last month and the last couple of months is lots of conversations. So my first question is, if you want to add 3 or 6, how many plexus conversations do you need to be in? You need to map that out. And if you need to be in that many plexus conversations, I would double or triple it to number of actual conversations you need to be having. Because what you may be fearing is I don't want to reach out to Lisa across the street and say, hey, do you want to do this, active April challenge with me? And she's like, what are you even talking about? I don't pay attention to any of your plexus posts. I've been following you for 10 years and I can't tell you anything about the company because as soon as you post about it, I click over. But if I'm messaging Lisa about trees and it gets down to energy and I can have a conversation with her about active, then do y'all see how like normal that is? Y'all see how that flows into a normal, not weird, not salesy conversation? Yeah, Ivy said relationship building has been huge for me. So I want to challenge you right now, real fast, however many people you need to add. If you need to add 3 to get rank rewards, or you need to add 6 to get your whatever we call it, the thing I mapped out on my floor, the walking pad. Y'all, I wish I could show y'all. I can't show you because it's on my desktop, but I literally put electrical tape, painter's tape on the floor in the exact size of the walking pad. So I knew right where it was going to go. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you can see that I'm actually like fake walking on it last night. I think that was last night before last. Okay. So I want y'all to put in the chat how many actual conversations you need to be in over the next 16 days. Do y'all see how we're mapping this out? You need to be in 50 conversations, which means, where's my trust handy dandy calculator? Oh, there it is. Y'all, I'm so high tech. It's next level. The techiness that's happening here. So if you need to be in 50 conversations, I'm just throwing out 50 because it does that feel like a lot to anybody else? Anybody else want to die for 50 conversations? Okay, Katie Slay, me too. Like, I'm an actual introvert, in case you didn't know. I was invited to go to 3 birthday parties on Friday night, and I said no to all of them, and I stayed at my house. And some of them were in my neighborhood, did not require a lot. And I was like, so if y'all think I'm like a total extrovert, you're wrong. Wait, Lisa Sturgis is gonna laugh. Wait till y'all see me at convention where I'm like, hi. And I'm like going to my room and literally hiding out because it's so much peopling. Okay, 50 conversations by the end of the month is 3 a day. That's just 3 to 4 new conversations a day. Now, Katie Slade, does that feel a little more doable? Okay, me too. I'm really glad it was only 3 or 4. If it had literally mathed out to like more than that, I think I would have died. But 3 to 4 conversations. So this is where you find people on social media. Who was it the other day on Monday Masterclass that goes into, or maybe it wasn't Monday Masterclass, maybe it was during Star Diamonds, and they said they go into birthdays and they actually say, hey, happy birthday. What are you excited about this year? Like, what are you excited about, over this next year or for this birthday or whatever, and I just thought I probably signed up 2 people from birthday conversations last month. Just having that conversation. And here's 2 reasons why. 1, people I had forgotten about. People that were like in my old funnels, old notepads, all this stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about this girl that we had connected about this. And she's not like on my normal every day and she doesn't post a ton on social media, so I don't see her. But then I messaged her about her birthday and we started having a conversation. She's like, hey, I've been meaning to circle back around to you about Plexus. I like scrolled up our conversation. I was like, we've talked about Plexus in like 2019. So can y'all see how I love that? What are you excited about this year? Yes. I mean, it's so easy. If y'all did 3 to 4, like go look right now on if you can go look, let me go look real fast. How many people I have, let's see, where do I find birthdays again? Does anybody else always forget that? Like, here's where I can go find, because I went to friends. Not there. Maybe it is. Someone unmute and tell me where to find birthdays on my phone.
I think, is it under events sometimes?
On your homepage.
Do not see birthdays under events.
You can do a search on Facebook too for birthdays and it will pull it up.
Oh, you mean just search? Oh, maybe that's right. Birthday. Oh, birthdays. There. Whoever said search for birthdays is right. Okay. Oh, today's April Evans' birthday. April, is she on? She's not even on here. Oh my gosh, y'all, she's amazing. She just went fast start Ruby last month. So I'm gonna be sending her a birthday message. But then like next is my friend Jessica from church who has done Plexus in the past, but currently not doing Plexus. So sending her a happy birthday is fun. Yeah, there's some like people I have talked to about Plexus in the past, y'all, are all over, and old customers are all over birthdays today. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people on my friends list have a birthday today. Now, you may not have 11 people on your friends list that have birthdays today because I have 4,900 something friends. Did you know you max out at 5,000? That's fun. Fun little detail for you. You can also only follow up to 7,500 people on Instagram. Guess how I know? So, there's 11 people today that I can have a conversation with. Now, granted, April is already on my team, so let's just say it's 10. Let's just say half these people are on my team because there's a really good chance. That's still 5 people today. Do y'all see how just birthdays alone, you're getting into conversations with people? What's the question I ask them? I just say, hey, like Carolina, hey, happy birthday, friend. I want to hear what you're excited about this year. I want to hear what this birthday feels like or means to you, or what you have planned for this year. Like my friend Mary, who travels all the time, to be like, what's your biggest travel on the calendar for this next year? So know your people. Don't be weird. Be a good friend. Is that like don't be weird is like, if you've listened to a lot, there's a lot of leaders out there that are like, you don't have to be weird about it. You literally, and I don't have to script it for you because like, you don't know my friend Kelly, but if I'm messaging Kelly, I'm gonna be like, girl, what is your big health goal this year? Because she teaches bar. I'm gonna message my friend Margot and be like, what concert are you going to? What's your big concert for this year? Because I know she goes to live shows. Does that make sense? Like, know your people. But if you don't know them well, or you don't remember why you know them, which is part of my problem, then just say, what are you excited about this year? Whoever said it said, don't say, what are you doing for your birthday? Because some people are doing nothing and they kind of feel like a little bit of like a nothing loser kind of question. So if you're excited about something this year, that kind of sparks, it sparks vision. It sparks something bigger. Okay. Whew. We're already at 12:20. Okay, I wanted y'all to map out your month, and this is exactly what I did. I thought I had actually mapped it out the other day, and I thought I needed 48 people, but I mapped it out today, and I only need 23. Let's just say, breathe the huge sigh of relief. So it's because I didn't have all my subs in there. Don't forget your people on subscription. So let's real fast. I'm gonna try not to cough. Map out our points so we know how many people we need. So you know how many people you need today. Because get this, Katie, I'm not picking on you, but I can see your face. So if you're having 3 to 5 conversations a day and you need 1 to 2 people, like let's say Katie Slate to go gold, do you know how many people you need for the rest of the month to actually hit that goal? Okay, that's what I was hoping. I was hoping you were gonna say no. So let's just say you hit senior silver last month or 2 months ago, right? Okay, so you're 50 points. So let's just say you need 50 more points. However you ended last month, let's just say 50 points. So Katie needs 50 points to hit her goal this month. If she divides that by 5, because Katie's going to add people, but also her level 1s are going to add people because a couple of her level 1s might go silver this month, right, Katie? Like that's a huge goal. So let's just divide that by 5 points because your level 1s are 6 points to you, but your level 2s and 3s are 5 points. So chances are most of your people will be valued at 5 points for pay points for you. So if we divide that, you need 10 people. You need 10 people in 16 days. So let's just divide it by 16 because that's fun. You need 0.6 people a day. And here's what you do. You go, you know what? Every other day, if I help sign someone up, then I'm at 8 out of 10 because you got 16 days left, so every other day. So if you're in conversations with 3 to 5 people today and tomorrow, so that's 6 to 10 people, chances that you will sign one person up, pretty high. Not guaranteed, numbers are not perfect, but what might happen is Monday, Tuesday, you're in like 6 to 10 conversations. Wednesday, now you're in, I'm gonna do a really bad job of multiplying. You're in 3 times that. Thursday, you're in 3 times, you're in 4 times, whatever that 3 to 5 is. So say you're in 20 conversations by the end of the week. Now the chances that you're going to sign 2 people up after you've had 2 or 3 days of conversations, maybe they've gotten a Thursday night call, maybe you've gotten them in a private message with Ashley or somebody, like you've kind of gone through, chances that you're going to sign up more people based on those 2 to 3 conversations a day, if you continue adding those up every day, is really, really likely. And chances that you're going to get 50 points, either because you're personally signing up 8 people, how many people? 10 people, or because you are going, okay, if I'm doing this, then I'm going to have 3 of my friends that have already signed up do the same thing with me because I don't want to do this by myself. So all of us are getting into 3 to 5 conversations a day. And so that's how it kind of duplicates. Does that sound doable, Katie? Does that sound, yeah. The point is bite size. So I need 1.5 people a day when I do it. Do you know, everyone put in the chat, if you know how many people you need a day between now, so Katie, yours is 0.6. If you know how many people you need a day between now and the end of the month to hit your point goal, well, you drop it in there. Okay, Ivy needs 36 people or 36 orders before the end of the month for Senior Gold, Ivy? Yes. Okay, so 36 divided by 16 is 2.25. And here's what I want to tell some of y'all about the 0.25. You can round up and say 3 a day, which is fine. Or you can say, I'm going to help one person get started fresh. I'm going to help one person on my team start a new person. And then I'm going to go in my back office and see who has partial PV, who only ordered maybe one thing last month. And if I can increase their order by 1 item this month, there's a good chance my points could go from like 2 points to 4 points, from 4 points to 6 points. Because that partial PV, for some of y'all who have enough people in your back office that are just ordering 1 or 2 products that are sub $100 PV, you're getting partial points on them. You're getting 2 points, 4 points, whatever. If you can get them up to just that next point level, not up over 100, but maybe just up to that next point level, that will help you with that 0.5 and it will get you in conversations with them. That's where Active April is really being helpful. Is it's like, hey, if you just want to add hydrate and come get on this Active April with me, I would love to do it with you. Hey, if you would love to just add a bag of active and see what that does for your energy for the next 2 weeks to your 1 order of ProBio 5, that will help. Do y'all see? Okay. So Roxanne, me too, 1.5 people a day. So I'm helping. So helping 4 level 1s and like okay. So this is what I have on my wall. I'm going to see if I can turn. These are the clothes I need to sell. So congratulations. There's my entire office. There you go. Make sure I don't knock off a. Okay. Hi, y'all are going to get a totally different view today. Hi. I feel like now I'm doing a webinar. Okay, so this is what I did. And if you're on my 1 through 4 page, you've already seen this, but I just want to show y'all exactly what I did. Don't y'all love my wallpaper? It's one of my very favorite things in my entire house. And I know my desk used to have this in the background, but notice that there's a mirror right here. You can see everyone passing in my entryway. And so people would be like, oh, there's Joe. I'm like, okay, so we took the mirror out of all of my videos, but we're back to this mirror view. Okay, this is my goal up here. It's just an impermanent marker so I can see it. What my points were currently, which every day I can mark it out, like wipe it off and put my new current, what my prediction is, which is off because I did this the other day, I did it wrong. And then what I'm short, how many points, and then how many, and then I divided it by 4 because I go deep. So this is how many orders I needed. Y'all really can't see that number. Don't worry about the number. This is literally me just writing it out. And I'll send you a picture of this if you want it. How many days we had left, which at this point was 18 days, now it's 16, and how many orders I needed a day. But here is where the magic happens. Do you have Post-it notes in your house? Do you have a place in your house where you can put Post-it notes up and your children and your husband will not tear them down? Okay. I've done this a few different places. I've done this on the window to my office where everybody in the entire neighborhood can drive by and see all of my Post-it notes and probably wonder what kind of crazy thing is happening. I have glass barn doors, which y'all can kind of see over my office. I've done them all down that. I don't know if you can see. I have like a calendar over here on my wall that I've done. I've done this a million different ways. So I just want to challenge you to this. So here's how many orders I thought I needed. So we'll just start here. So all of the orange orders I wanted to have filled by 4/22. These are games I play with myself. Does anyone else like to play games with yourself? Like when you're doing walks, or you are like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get to the end of this block by this time. I'm gonna I do that when I'm driving too. I'm like, I'm gonna get to 6:35 and 75 by this time. Like that's what I do with myself. So this is a little game I'm playing with myself. Nobody else except y'all have to be privy to it. But these are all the people that I needed my people to add. So this is like, I need people on my team to add people. These were all people I wanted my level 1s to add. So this is just me breaking it down because it's easier for me. And then these are the people I'm personally talking to, and these are the people I wanted to help get silver. Okay, you need to have names on these. Who wrote that out earlier, that you need, that having names? Oh yeah, Sally. That's what I thought it was. You need to have names on things. So these are my named people that I'm personally adding, that I'm in Plexus conversations with, not conversations with, Plexus conversations with. And then this is my girl who I want to help go silver. And this is my blank Post-it note of someone I want to help go silver, but I do not have their name yet because I have not had that conversation with them yet. So could you see how putting names on Post-it notes could help? And here's what's amazing. Every couple of days when you sign someone up, or somebody on your team signs someone up, or someone orders and it goes down, and now you no longer need 48 or 47, now you only need 46, make a little tiny video, like literally just record it on your phone like this. I'm just gonna show you what to do. You literally got to video, and you're gonna put it up there, and you're just gonna go like this. That's it. You're recording literally you just pulling off the stickers. At the end of the month, when you hit your goal, you'll splice it all together. Go look at Jessica Koblentz's story she did for April Evans when she went Fast Start Ruby last month. I'm inspired by it. I'm so excited about it. Okay, I'm turning all back around. So I don't want to stand up and do this. So, do we now understand? Do you feel a little more equipped to map out your month? Jessica Koblenz. Also, you know what? I'll have Jessica put it in the table. I'll have her just drop the video in the table so y'all can see it. Okay. Someone asked me a question. I gotta find a hair tie, and someone asked me a question. I think my volume's up. Somebody. Everybody can perfectly understood it. There's no way that I made that so understandable that everyone's like, oh yeah, I got it. Okay, Aaron Bibb, unmute and say something so I can make sure my volume works.
Yes, you're working.
Okay, it works. No,
We heard you. I'm just sitting here looking at my spreadsheet. Sometimes it makes me sad when I look at it.
Then don't look at it. Look at something else. That's why
know.
I think this will be helpful, because Aaron,
Mhm.
once you put names on things, then you know what you're doing. If you look
Yes.
at a spreadsheet, you look at all the things you're not doing.
Mhm.
If I come into my office, it is really hard for me to be to do all the other like scrolling, and when this is literally like staring me in the face with names on it. And I'm like, I can't say I don't know who to message because their name's literally on my wall.
I know, but it is like, I still have 20 subscriptions that will, should run, this for the rest of the month. And so it is good because there's, a lot of 30s, a lot of 76s, just things that I could go ahead and address now. And that makes me feel good. I hate going to people. I know this is my self story, but I hate going back to people and saying like, hey, do you want to order something else? Like when they've already ordered.
Yep.
So I'd love to catch them early, but I didn't do that. So now I'm going to focus on these 20 people.
What if you just asked them, hey, I don't know if y'all saw this in the table the other day, but I just messaged people and said, hey, do you have sticks of any Plexus stuff? If you do, I'd love for you to come do the Active April with me. Because what happened is people get into Active April and they start going, oh, I don't have Hydrate. I have Active and I have Slim, or I have a couple of sticks of Slim from, 2012, or 2013 when they first ordered, can I use that? I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you have greens. I don't care what you have. Like, just get
Right.
in. If they will get in the group and they will get the content out of that. So then you're not saying order anything. You're saying, hey, do you have any old sticks of Plexus stuff laying around? Yeah. I would love to invite you to come do Active April with us and just use whatever sticks of whatever you have and just do it alongside us, because then they're getting active. They're in the page, they're getting active in real life. Maybe they're taking act. You know what I mean? Don't think of different ways to have conversations with people that aren't asking them to buy something. But what if you're encouraging them to be aware? Like, hey, what part of your health, a wellness puzzle do you wish Plexus had? Which part of your wellness puzzle do you wish Plexus could fix? And maybe there is something that they're like, well, I really, I wish that y'all had an Omega. I'm like, I'd be like, oh, really? Guess what? We have a plant-based one that we don't talk about very much, but we do have one. My doctor just told me I need to get on, whatever it is. And my doctor didn't tell me anything, but if how many people message us and they're like, well, my doctor said I really need, a B12 shot. And it's like, have you looked up what products of ours actually contain B12? Like, we have a good amount and you might actually be taking them already and we just need to increase it. So Sarah says, oh, you take Mega X every night for menopause? Nice. Does it help with hot flashes? Because my mother-in-law, I just started her on X Factor to help her with X. Okay, then I'll be adding Mega X to her regime as well. See, that's how easy it is, y'all. Then, dude, right there, I'm like, well, my mother-in-law is like, well, then add X Factor Plus and Mega X to my order. Like, that's literally what she would say. And so are you having those conversations, and are you having them out loud on your social media? Like, I was on a call today and we were talking about products that are missing from our regimes, and someone said that they take Mega X for their menopause. So I just add to cart. And literally your graphic would be add to cart.
I was just gonna say, if my mind is blown today. I love to listen to stuff while I'm doing dishes or whatnot. The Mel Robbins podcast today, I don't know if it was today or yesterday or whatever, is on like menopause and like perimenopause, and my mind is totally blown. But the things that she talks about are, food and then supplements, for other ways. But I'm like, that's what all my friends are in, like, the beginnings, and it's just crazy. So go listen to that podcast. But I was like, I'm going to be talking about that now. So fun.
And Erin, that is the perfect example of the more you listen to, the more content you have to share, and things that are important to you, because this is an important conversation for you as you start to enter this phase. It's an important conversation for your friends, and you have more than Plexus to offer them. You have more than just a Plexus graphic or a Plexus product. Like, you're saying like, oh my gosh, anybody else, all of a sudden going to cut this out, or anybody else now adding in, this one vegetable to every meal because she said it matters. Like, that's what we all do, right? Do y'all do that? Because as soon as someone tells my husband something is a superfood, we now are super stocked in our house with whatever is a superfood. And like, whatever marketing cauliflower did or bananas have done, or the milk campaign of the 80s, my husband bought, sold, like, hook, line, and sinker. Like, if somebody told him it was a superfood, he has decided all of our children need to drink 8 ounces of milk a day and have a banana every day. And, does that make sense? Cottage cheese, everything. Oh my gosh, I hate cottage cheese. But you say that, Ivy, and I started adding cottage cheese to Ella's shake every single day and blending it in there, because I'm like, that protein source is huge. It's a better protein source than yogurt. So yes, keep sugar and alcohol low. I will say nobody in our house drinks. Like, we have no alcohol in our house. My mother-in-law has never drank all the time I've known her, but sugar is definitely a culprit of that group. I say that group. My mother-in-law feeds Ella sugar so that she can have sugar. Anybody else feed your children something so that you can buy it too? Or so you can, yeah, okay. Okay, we're at 12:37. I want to make sure I get to this. So I want to make sure that you do not leave Monday without knowing how to map out your points, And then if I need 2.5 orders a day, like I'm just going off the wall, which isn't what I actually need, but if I needed 2.5 orders a day, how many Plexus conversations would that be? How many total conversations would that be if I need to have Plexus conversations? Do y'all understand how that mapping out shows you exactly what you need to accomplish for today? You don't need to be in 20 brand new conversations today. You need to be in 5 to 10 really good conversations. And some of those conversations might be really short. And then that doesn't need to count for your 5 to 10. You know what I mean? Like that needs to be like, okay, so-and-so never responded to me. Also, real quick, did y'all know that most people are not on Facebook Messenger? It's just us and a couple of your friends. Most people, do y'all ever get some of the messages back and they're like, I'm so sorry, I never even opened this. I didn't even know Facebook had Messenger. Like, it's so normal. Maybe you text some people. If you have their phone number and you know that today's their birthday, how about you text them instead of Facebook messaging them? The exact same thing, but I would challenge you to text everybody who has a birthday today, every day for the rest of the month, if you have their phone number in your phone. That you can just text them, hey girl, happy birthday. You don't have to make them a graphic on Instagram stories. You don't have to do all the things that we as Plexus ambassadors tend to do. Challenge accepted. I love it, Ivy. I bet you will get into better conversations if you are in more text conversations than you are in Messenger, than you start in Messenger. Does that make sense to y'all? Yes, good, great. Okay. Okay, next 20 minutes, we're going to talk about two things. One, rank rewards. I want to make sure that y'all understand whatever your rank was that you ended, what month are we in? April. Whatever rank you were ended in March. Okay. So if you ended March at senior gold, you need to at least hold senior gold this month and add 3 new level 1 VIPs over $100 PV, and you get senior gold. You get what, $150? I think it's $100 for gold, $150 for senior gold, $200 for ruby, and $250. But your benchmark is just whatever March was. So if everyone just drop your March rank in the chat. Mine was ruby. I'll drop it in there for you. What was your March rank? Gold, senior silver, senior gold, ruby. Okay, so it starts at gold. So that's our Sally. We've got to get you to gold, and we have to and then we'll maintain it. Alyssa's a VIP. I love it. So Alyssa, you have access to all the one-time rank up rewards. That's what's so fun is that silver and senior silver and gold, you'll get those one-time rank up bonuses, which are bigger than the retention bonuses. So all of these ranks, gold, senior gold, ruby, and senior ruby is where you'll get the rank reward. So if you are sub gold right now, or in March you were, getting up to gold is a great mile marker for you, because then just maintaining gold and adding 3 every month is a huge goal. I keep saying goal and gold, and I feel like I have to pronounce my D. Okay, so do we understand rank rewards, or do you have any questions about them? Any questions about rank rewards?
Yeah, when are we getting paid? When are we getting paid? Because they had that same thing last month, and everybody that's gotten their paycheck said, it's not in my commission. When am I going to see it?
It's the Friday after commission checks. So commissions actually officially close on the 15th, even though we've already had commissions closed and we've all gotten paid on March. Because we don't actually, we don't have to be paid until the 15th. Rank rewards is the next thing that processes. So it should be this Friday.
Perfect.
We should all get our rank rewards bonuses.
Awesome.
And I'm sitting right there with you. I'm actually excited because I get to see with y'all if it hits or not on the right time, but it should be rank rewards. And what's the other thing that's supposed to hit the Friday after? Do y'all remember? There was something else that we were getting. Maybe it's an old promotion. BBBs should be every Friday. So BBBs, if you sign people up, you should be getting them every Friday for the week before. Is it BBB retention that was the Friday after commissions close? Okay. Oh, Fast Start. I think Fast Start you get the Friday after commissions close. That's actually part of that incentive. Yeah, I think that's right, Sarah. I think it's Fast Start. So okay. So yes, Christy, we're all going to be watching that. What I love is that they send us a text message. Does anybody else love that they send us a text message as soon as it's you've got money. I'm it's one of my favorite. I wish you could I would pin it, but I have everybody else pinned to the top of my phone. But I would love to just pin that little phone number and that tells me how much money Plexus just decided to deposit in my account. And yes, I get it twice. Oh, here it is. Is everyone else's 70624? It's like some phone number. Y'all, it's a freaking fun text thread to go back through and see all the times that Plexus has sent me money. This is since April 20th of 2023. So it's literally over the last year. Oh my gosh, that's funny that it is actually a full year of all those text messages. Yeah. Anybody else want to see what my text messages look like? Just kidding. Okay. Here, I'll show you. There you go. Okay. Yeah, Sally showed us hers too. I love it. Okay, so rank rewards is fun. We're all gonna on Friday, we're all gonna expect that rank rewards bonus. Or if you fast started to silver, senior silver, I think any of those will come on Friday as well. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about is leading with the business. And this is why I'm going to tell you the story I just told on Instagram today, but I'm going to tell you a little more in depth and I want y'all to hear it. Yesterday, Joe and I are mentoring a couple at church and she has her own store. She has like a clothing store and he has kind of a business, kind of like what Joe. So anyways, we were matched up perfectly. If y'all don't know, Ellen Ford, who's a Diamond ambassador on our team, her husband, Barry, is our young married minister. And Barry actually assigned this couple to us and they match us perfectly. And so anyways, she was asking me, she owns her own business. And so she was asking me like, how do y'all do this? How do y'all do owning your own business stuff? So we're explaining it. And she goes, what do you do? Because I wasn't like leading with, well, let me tell you about my network marketing business. I was just telling, like, we were just kind of she didn't even know Joe had a laundromat. We were just talking about owning our own businesses and how our businesses our job stuff has changed in 20 years of marriage. And she said, what do you do? And I said, well, you know what? I actually work for a health and wellness company. So products is a part of what we do. Like we have an incredible product line, which is what got me hook, line, and sinker into this company. Like I'm all in love with this company. But what I do is I actually help women develop their own businesses. I help women grow their businesses to whatever level they want them to be. And I'm really excited about that portion of my business. So yes, I share a product that's incredible. I mean, I'm sitting there at the table drinking Hydrate on Sunday morning at church. But what I do is I actually develop women. I help them develop whatever business level they want to be. And I would really encourage you, even if you have never developed a silver, to be passionate about talking about that being what you do. Because here's the thing, we share a product, but you can only sell so much product to so many people. Like it's kind of, there's a ceiling, I think, to the product line of what we do. And our products are kind of like, you don't have to sell them. Like you have to share them, but you don't have to intensely sell them. Like you're not trying to give you, I'm not trying to sell you a car. I'm literally saying it's a probiotic. This is why you need it. Of course you need it. Why wouldn't you? And assuming the right people are going to come and get the right probiotic for them. I help to develop leaders and help them reach their financial goals. I mean, it's so aspirational for you to talk about that. Like, so I would really just challenge you today, talk about your products. But what I've been doing more is making my drink every day. And if you follow me on social, you're seeing it, but I make my drink most days and I talk about something else that's happening in my life. And today I talked about this part of our business that I am passionate. In fact, you don't have to say that you do it. So Katie is senior silver. She's going for gold. She may not be like, I develop women to 6-figure incomes, because she's like, I mean, I'd love to be that woman that someone else develops, but I'm not doing it yet. But you can say, one thing I really love is that I partnered with a company that I fell in love with their products because they did XYZ. And I saw that kind of as a possibility. But what I'm excited about is actually learning how to develop women's businesses into whatever they need it to be financially. For some people, it'll just be covering the cost of their products. So no woman is without the products that they need. And for some people, it's going to be replacing an income. For some people, it's a legacy retention and that are residual income. And that's what I'm excited about seeing grow. So you can talk about what's coming in the future. You can talk about why you're partnered here and what you want to do. It doesn't have to be what you're actually doing or what you've already done. It can be like, I just want to help 10 women make what I'm making right now. Like for Katie, you may be making a couple $100, or, I mean, you had a Fast Start Senior Silver bonus. Like that's an incredible like bonus structure. And you may be like, I just want to help newly married women find kind of like their financial, where they financially add to the family without having to go out and get another job, in case they want to start a family. That they can do this as kind of this new chapter of life starts. There's so many different ways. And then there's some of y'all that may go, I want to help women who are facing retirement not feel like it's either work 40 hours a week until I die or have no money to retire with. I really want to help bridge that gap. And so you can talk about what that looks like. You can say, I went from being a stay-at-home mom with this business, thinking, oh, this will be fun. I'll just add some products and help some people add some products as a stay-at-home mom, to now I have kids in school full time. And I actually want to spend that time developing other women who are stay-at-home right now into actual like flourishing businesses. Where are you talking about that? And do you feel like you can talk about it with confidence? One thing I want to challenge you is, if your brain is telling you a reason why you can't talk about that, maybe you haven't done it yet, maybe you don't feel like you've been successful. What I want to challenge you about is saying, this is where I'm really excited this year about my business. You can start right from where you are. I've talked about the products for the last, like I'm looking at you, Erin, like I've talked about the products for the last, 8 years, and I love them. And I definitely want everyone to be on these products. But what I'm really moving into, what I'm really growing myself in, the direction I want to move my business is really into developing stay-at-home moms into business owners. And I want to really challenge, 3 to 5 women this year to grow a business with an income stream that looks like this. And so I really want to, yeah, thank you, Christy. That's sweet. Thanks, Ivy. I'm glad I'm speaking to you. My heart's desire truly is that every single person on this call reaches that income bracket that you're wanting this to be, that you don't feel like this is fruitless, that you don't feel like this is spinning your wheels, that you don't feel like this is benefiting your sponsor, but it's not really showing up in your paycheck right now. And the only way that you can grow in this business exponentially, and residual income, is if you develop new leaders, which means you might need to develop as a leader. It means you might need to figure out where your weaknesses are. You might need to actually bring somebody else in, like your sponsor or your sponsor, or your sponsor, whoever is showing up, and say, will you help me lead this person? You might need to ask somebody, what's my next step? Okay, I have somebody that's excited and wants to earn the money, but I just froze and I don't know what to do next. Because the more times you freeze, you don't know what to do next, and you ask, and you're willing to be challenged of, okay, you know what to do next. What would you want to do? Or what do you think is a priority? Then the next time you don't feel as frozen. But do you understand, like, Ivy, some of your people, maybe you want to help them go silver, but they actually don't know what that looks like, or they don't know what that income looks like, or you don't know, how do I actually show them what that is? I may challenge you and say, okay, how many people did you actually invite to the Sunday night call, and then intention, and then get the recording into their hands, and then follow up with them about this, and have this conversation, and make sure that they're on this call, or make sure they've seen this Diamond documentary. And then the next time you go, oh, I already know what to send them, because we've already had this conversation about Sunday night calls and Thursday night calls and Diamond documentaries and all of this. So you already know what the next step is. How do we help our leaders develop their own leaders? Is you have to handhold. This is the one thing I've come back to over and over, is handholding, vision casting, which means you telling them what's possible of, hey, I know you've gone silver, or that you said you wanted to go silver. I want to challenge you. I want to show you what the next level looks like. Are you willing to learn? Like, I would say the call from last night, Sunday night call, I'll get to the recording after this, is a great example of like what's possible. Like, and maybe ask them, like, do you see yourself doing this? Do you see yourself succeeding? Where do you see yourself with this company? How much do you think you could actually make doing this? Like, ask them some questions and get them to say, I mean, I guess I could make like $200 or $300. And then you're like, okay, how do you see yourself doing that? Well, I guess I could add a few customers. Okay. Where do you think you're going to find those customers? Well, I mean, I guess I could post on social. Okay, great. Do you want me to help you write up a social post every day from now until the end of the month? I have a girl, I'll tell you what I did. Been with me for a while. And I said, maybe Julia Carty challenged me with this, but it reminded me of when Lisa and I started. When Lisa started and the business 4 years ago, we talked on Marco Polo every single day. We went on our walks. We had nothing else to do. It was during COVID. And we talked every single day, and we literally talked about life, but talked about our businesses and who she was reaching out to and what she was going to post. And, oh yeah, I guess I could say that. I guess I could post that. And I was giving her ideas every day on Marco Polo. I want to challenge you to find 3 people on your team that you can be on the Marco Polo app, just you and them. And y'all are talking almost every day. And it's y'all, Marco Polo is snippets. It's 2 minutes. It's 5 minutes. It's back and forth. It's when you can. There's no expectation to immediately respond back. And get to know them, find out what challenges they have, find out like what's going on in their life every day, and then challenge them to post about it in new and different ways on social media or reach out to people. And I say this because when you're in constant conversation with them, it's easier to have these conversations than it is if all of a sudden you're like, hey, so how's it going? And they're like, I mean, fine. But you have no idea what's happened in their whole week. You have no idea what's happened in there. And I'm saying 3 people, y'all. Do not do this with 13 level 1s. You will want to like throw your phone through the window. Find 3 people. So Christy, that's what I would say is I would say, when you say, how do we our leaders develop their own leaders? I would say 3 people on your team that you want to develop into leaders. Find out if they're willing to do Marco Polo. And then maybe you and Beth and Samantha get on a Marco Polo, and every day you're getting to know her people really well too. You're getting to hear her talk about it, and you're talking about it. And Samantha's telling you all of her hopes and dreams and all that stuff. And then you can speak into her. And then Beth is hearing it all in the middle. I'm literally just pulling names out of nowhere. So, someone asked, okay, we've got like 5 minutes left. Does anyone have a question about how it could look to develop leaders on your team? Like, give me a scenario or give me a obstacle, and let's see if somebody else has it too.
I'm just struggling right now to, like, I'm trying to cast the vision and share the opportunity, but I'm struggling to get any of my people to take hold of that, I guess, or to even want to go silver.
Okay, most people probably don't want to go silver. I don't know if any of y'all wanted to go silver when we first started, but I did not want to go silver. I wanted to make money. So I would really challenge them, like, hey, if I could walk you through step by step how to make $300 before the end of this month, would you be willing to do whatever I say for 16 days? Like just 16 days. If you'll do whatever I say to do for 16 days. And then if your next thought is, I don't know what to tell them to do, like, that's great. What if they say yes? And then I have no idea what to say? We can work through the next step. Just find out 3 people who are willing to do whatever you say to make $300 in the next 16 days. And there are so many resources, and this is where I think it can get really overwhelming, is on the table. There's one resource that we made, and we really don't talk about it. But if you go to featured on the table and you scroll past the real people from last week and our April calendar, which tells you what's going on, the very next thing says, get your products paid for. It's this Kajabi. What does it looks like? I can't get it to show up, but it looks like this. Ivy, I'm going to tag you in it. No, not cool. Okay. It's still not letting. There we go. Okay, I just tagged you in Ivy. But this how to get your products paid for. Oh, it's a graphic. That's part of the problem. I think we had to put it in the chat. Oh, it's not in there at all. Okay, I'm going to send this to you. I'm going to resend this to y'all. So what it is, go to table. That's why. The table.my.canva.site. Let's just do it real fast together. Table.my.canva. What was it? Site. Go. Okay, look how pretty this is. Jen, my assistant, made this based on something somebody else did. So it's the table.my.canva.site. So it's a Canva site, and literally learn how to do it in just 7 days. And y'all, this literally walks people through graphics, like actual pictures they can save. Are you ready to accept the challenge? Let's begin. And then you literally put, let's get started. Welcome to day 1. This is exactly what to post. Make your first post. some sample posts. Day 1, task 2. This is the second task. And then you can go to day 2. And y'all literally, if they just follow this, it just gets them into activity. So you don't have to have all of the answers. You can literally just get them into activity. Also, they can share anything off of the active April post, like, hey, just share this graphic. Hey, here, drop this. Y'all know that whatever you're saying, whatever graphics you're using is probably the things that your friends are going to use and say. So have you posted about Plexus in the last 2 days? Because if you haven't, where are they going to share from? Okay. And then it gives our social media, stuff like that. But next on to day 3. So they have something to do every single day. Go to our Gut Glam group on Facebook and use the search feature to look up a testimony and share your own to share on your own Facebook or Instagram feed and stories. Bonus, if you have a friend or family member that has given the green light for you to tag them in your post or comments, try a hashtag or Plexus and disease, thyroid, allergies, MS, depression, fatigue, anything. Include the pic or any before and after. So this actually gives them things to do with testimonials too. Okay. Yes, thank you, Sarah. Yeah, you've been trying to come up with posts for them. I already did it. There you go. And you can go to the table and y'all can type in content calendar. There are old content calendars on the table that are always relevant. If you just go to pictures or media on the table, you can always grab any picture, anything that I've ever shared on the table, you have 100% access to. Anything I've ever shared personally, you have 100% access to. I know Becky's reels are hysterical. So if on Instagram, you just want to reshare whatever Becky, if y'all did not see her dancing reel last week, I mean, it just made my week. I mean, it was the greatest thing ever. It made me more happy that it embarrassed her 15-year-old daughter, Davy. But, and then Gut Glam, y'all should be sharing at least one testimonial from Gut Glam every couple of days. Go in there and just find something. And what's interesting is what's fun about Gut Glam is you can see what everyone's been sharing because it kind of pops to the top. And so every once in a while, a new one that you're like, I've never even read this testimonial before. Gut Glam has been around since, when did we launch Joyome? Anybody remember what year we launched Joyome serums? Which one? 2021? No, we launched it before the serums. 19. Okay. I think it was May of 2019 that we launched the serums. Before the collagen, before the cleanser, we launched just the serums. Becky Page. Yes. It's Beck Page on Instagram. And Becky and I started Gut Glam when we launched Joyome. We knew it was coming out. And we knew that we wanted the gut to be healthy so the skin could be healthy, but then we also had an external product with Joyome. And so anyways, that's how long we've been doing testimonials in
2018.
2018. Oh my gosh, we've had Gut Glam for 6 years. Isn't that crazy? So it's 6 years of testimonials, y'all. 6 years of, and at least 2 years of what I feel like a reset. I feel like we've been doing reset been around for 2 years almost, right? This convention, it'll be 2 years. Yeah. So 2 years of reset information. If you ever need reset information, I think we've done a challenge on every single product at some point over the last 6 years on Gut Glam. So you should be using that as a resource. It actually is called Gut Glam Resource Hub. It is a resource page. It is for you to use. If you're not using it, you are doing yourself and your audience truly a disservice. So anyways, okay. Two VIPs are not having great success with products, but won't post, or having great success with products, but won't post. Post for them. Ask them if you can use their story without using their name or their picture, or ask if you can use their name and their picture and then move back from there. If they're like, no. But maybe you just use a screenshot of the message that they sent you. Like, hey, will you just text me exactly what you're loving about it, exactly what your results are. And I'm just going to use that screenshot. You don't have to put their picture in there or their name in there. You crop it all out. But I love, one of my very favorite things is seeing messages from people's customers that are having success. I think that's actually My postmaster is the best. I think that's actually one of the most encouraging things is what's happening right now in your customers' lives with these products. I think that's just as impactful as before and afters. Does that make sense to y'all? Because it's like, oh, they must have just gotten that message today. Oh, those products are really working. Someone just sent me a text message. I need to ask her if I can use it. She lost 7 pounds, 7.4 pounds on reset. And I was like, I need to ask her if I can use it because I think that's seeing her picture of 7.4 pounds may not be that different, or she may not want to share it. But yeah, using their text message is huge. Okay. It's 1:02. I love you all. I hope that you feel mapped. I hope that you feel ready for Rank Rewards. And I hope that you feel really confident about sharing about the business and what you do with Plexus. And we'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.